Secretary of State Steve Simon, how and why should we talk to people about voting?
Yeah, I think that outreach, actual conversations with real everyday voters or would-be voters is really, really important when it comes to getting those vote totals up, when it comes to getting participation up. Laws are important, and laws on the books are one of the reasons why we've done as well as we have. But laws only go so far. There are a lot of barriers to voting right now. Some people don't vote because of transportation barriers. Some people don't vote because of foreign language barriers. Some people don't vote because they're confused about the system. Some people don't vote because even though they've been out of prison for a felony for years and years, in Minnesota they still can't vote. There are still barriers, but there's one particular kind of barrier that's very tough to overcome, at least by way of passing a law, and that's the barrier of attitude. The person who is eligible to vote, who understands the rules, who understands these new reforms that we've discussed today, but for whatever reason chooses not to vote. And I think it's very important, particularly among young people, to have conversations with them about the value of voting. I like to say that our vote is our voice. It's our say. It's our way of deciding who governs us and how. And I like to say to young people in particular, as one notable elected official likes to say, you may not be into politics, but politics is into you. And it's very important that people understand that the decisions they make, including the decision not to vote, will have real consequences for their lives on an everyday basis. And so it's up to us in the Office of Secretary of State, it's up to me, but it's also up to campaigns and candidates and political parties and nonprofits to also convince people the value of voting. You know, I saw a t-shirt once that said it about as well as I think it can be said. The t-shirt said, "Failure to vote is not an act of rebellion, it's an act of surrender." And I think that's a really important message, particularly to young people who might be tempted to say, you know what, I don't even want to honor this system that disillusions me so much with a vote. You know, I'm so disgusted by politics that I don't even want to honor it by taking my time to participate in it. I understand that impulse, but ultimately that's wrong. Ultimately, it is a surrender, and people shouldn't surrender the power that they get on their 18th birthday, because collectively and together we can do so much. And if we sit home, it's really a way of surrendering to people who might not share our views and values on a lot of issues. So it's very, very important to get out there, have these conversations about why it's important to vote. And by the way, I don't think it can be anymore just about altruism. It can't just be about voting because it's the right thing to do, voting because we're part of a community, voting because people have fought and bled and in some cases died for the right to vote. That motivates me and you, and I'm sure many, many of your viewers. But increasingly, and particularly for younger voters, that has to be mixed in with a message about self-interest, not selfishness. Those things are very different. I'm talking about self-interest, that it's in the interest of people to vote. It matters for them and their families and their loved ones and their friends that they vote and that they make their voices heard.
We need to raise awareness of election issues, political parties, and candidates. We need to talk to each other.